Tonight's hot take: Zimbabwe's top couple have lit a firestorm. President Emerson Mnangagwa and First Lady Auxilia Mnangagwa are openly telling parents and teachers to beat wayward children back into line, and the reaction is explosive. This is the kind of story that gets people talking, commenting, and most of all, hitting that subscribe button so they don't miss the next twist. If you're new here, hey, subscribe now and ring the bell so you don't miss our deep dives on stories like this. Here's what happened. The First Lady, speaking at a local event, urged parents to reintroduce corporal punishment, even recommending the whip as a corrective tool, because, she warned, spare the rod, spoil the child attitudes have led to rising juvenile crime, school dropouts, and early pregnancies, in her view. Multiple local outlets reported her urging parents to use physical discipline to bring children in line. Her words weren't said in isolation. The president himself has in the past encouraged parents to physically discipline misbehaving children, and media outlets picked up on both messages together, which is why the headlines read like a political drama. The country's leaders telling families to go back to whipping as a fix. Now let's talk about why this matters beyond the shock value. First, this is a message coming from the very top of the country's leadership. When presidents and first ladies advise citizens about discipline, people listen. That amplifies the impact of the message and turns a private parenting opinion into a public debate. Second, there are real consequences to normalizing physical punishment. Child protection experts and human rights organizations have long documented the harm corporal punishment can cause: physical injury, trauma, and a cycle of violence that can follow children into adulthood. Past reports about schools and corporal punishment in Zimbabwe show how painful and humiliating such discipline can be for young people. Bringing that back as policy or common practice raises alarm bells for many. So yes, a lot of people cheered. Some elders and traditionalists say discipline was harsher back in the day, and claim kids were better behaved. But a lot of people, parents, teachers, rights activists, and social media users, pushed back hard. They argue beating solves nothing long-term, that it risks abuse, and that there are better ways to teach children responsibility and respect. Social media turned this into a viral debate overnight. Trending opinions, angry comments, and calls for legal and moral clarity. If you care about the future, here's what to watch. Will this speech storm lead to formal changes in school or family policy? Will politicians try to re-legalize or formally protect corporal punishment in schools or at home? Or will civil society and international organizations pressure the government to promote nonviolent discipline methods instead? The road from a speech to a law is long, but with both the president and first lady on the record, this is more than a soundbite, it's a debate with political weight. Let me be clear, this channel is not here to tell you how to parent. But we do care about facts and consequences. Hitting, whipping, or otherwise harming children can do real, long-term damage. There are better approaches, consistent rules, clear consequences that do not injure, counseling, mentorship programs, community support, and schools that teach life skills and emotional regulation. Those solutions take time and resources, but they tend to reduce juvenile problems without creating new victims. If you want a follow-up video that lays out practical, evidence-based alternatives to corporal punishment, tell me in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe so you'll see it. Seriously, subscribe. You'll help us keep making these deep, fair videos. For those who want to argue tradition can be a guide, but it's not a license for harm. Modern child development science is pretty clear that physical punishment is linked to problems later on: aggression, mental health issues, and poor school performance. The debate in Zimbabwe is now a public test. Will powerful voices push a nostalgic solution, or will the country move towards safer, non-violent methods for raising kids? Quick recap so you don't miss the main points. The First Lady and the President publicly urged physical discipline for wayward children. Local press carried the story widely. Community reactions split between support and outrage, and human rights and child protection concerns now dominate the conversation. If any of those details matter to you, we'll keep tracking updates. If you liked this video article, here's what helps us most. Hit subscribe, like the video, and share it with people who care about parenting, children's rights, or Zimbabwean politics. Drop a comment below. Do you think physical punishment has a place in parenting? If not, what worked for you as an alternative? I read every comment, and your feedback shapes the next videos. Thanks for watching and reading. We'll keep following this story and bring you both the facts and the human side of the debate. Subscribe now so you don't miss our follow-up, where we talk to experts, parents, and teachers about alternatives that actually work.